What's going on, everybody? I'm using a webcam for this shit, so, cause like my phone's memory's all fucked up. So I apologize about the quality being kind of shitty, but it's not gonna be animated or anything. Just as long as you guys hear me, just so I can talk a little bit more about the Jag game and the whole situation we're facing. So it's not gonna be that animated, but I know this is gonna be a long ass video, so I don't want to get cut off. Basically. Man, this one was tough. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this one was really tough. Like, I was fucked up all weekend. I mean, I just showed up in a damn hangout and for Uptown just to make sure, just to show that I'm not running because I don't do that shit whether my team sucks or not. I mean, you gotta do that being a fucking Jags fan on YouTube. So that's what I do, guys. But I'm talking about the game a little bit more in particular. It's because like I said, this one sucks, bro. Like I can't. That's probably the most frustrated I've been watching this fucking team this year. Like just because our offense has actually been clicking this year, and this was like the first bad, like bad offensive game we've had. Like I gotta put this on two people. And you look at our offensive production. Leonard Fournette had a good game. Like he didn't have a great game, but he had 70 yards. I mean, I even said as long as Fournette stays healthy, he's gonna get 1,000 yards. He's on pace for it. He's gonna have that this year. So, and I noticed the hate on him's kind of been subsiding lately. So he was pretty much our own, and I think he also had like what 30, 40 receiving yards. So he was kind of our only offense to speak of this game. And receivers can't really blame them too much. I mean, the Saints secondary is as advertised. Like Marshawn Lattimore is a fucking elite corner. I mean, I don't think it was really a fluke thing that he shut down Mike Evans in Tampa Bay. Because DJ Chark didn't have that big of a day today. Like I think he had 46 yards on 4 catches. Like D.D. Westbrook really didn't do shit either. Neither did Chris Conley. So I can't really put it on them too much. And then offensive line, yeah, they sucked, but for the most part, they did all right on an elite pass rusher and Cam Jordan. So yeah, I can't really blame them too much either. Like offensively, as far as a player, this has got to fall on Gardner Minshew. And I haven't said that this year because the guy's been fantastic this year. But this game's got to fall on him. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened with him. Like, I know the Saints have a good defense. That's for sure. But I said in Hate Week, the New Orleans Saints is a team you cannot make stupid mistakes against, or you will not win the fucking game. And that's exactly what happened. Even when our defense played probably the best game I've seen all year, besides maybe the Titans game, we shit the bed offensively, dude. Like, I get Gardner Minshew's a rookie quarterback, and he's been terrific with interceptions this year. He's only thrown one that wasn't even his fault. But the one he threw at the beginning of the second half, that's awful, dude. That's like a throw you shouldn't have made. DJ Chark, I forget who it was that got the interception, but DJ Chark had that dude beat on a comeback route. And then you threw the ball to the left of him, or not the left, the right of him, where the defensive back's sitting. You put that ball right on the money, and if Chark breaks that tackle, that's a big ass game. That completely changes the complexion of the whole fucking game. Like that, it was 6-6 at that point. Like that's when the game really started going downhill. Like, you put that ball where it needs to be, we might be talking about a different game right now. Like, that play was crucial. And then not finding the end zone, it's like, bro, like, get the Saints are good, but, like, you got to do better. You got to do better. And it's been frustrating, and like I said, this game was really frustrating to watch just because you're used to seeing Gardner Minshew making these plays, but, like, I guess we're all human, and he picked probably the worst possible game to have a bad game. Like, I wish we had the offensive performance of Carolina in this game, and just left our shitty offense of Carolina. That way we could have won this game, and we'd be 3-3 right now. Or had the great defensive performance in Carolina and won that game. One of the two I would take. But it's like, if we play a complete game of football, we can fucking beat just about anybody. Because we have the talent. And that brings me to my next point. Coaching really fucked this game up for us too. Like, two big instances. Doug Marrone calling a timeout in the third fucking quarter. Why? You get a big gain out of that play or whatever it was. Who gives a fuck? You do not use a timeout in the third quarter. I don't care what the circumstance is. Especially in a game like that where you're probably where there's a chance you could end up being behind and have to come back. Those are pretty fucking valuable. And then the challenge that he threw in the fourth quarter with 11 minutes to go, which would have got us a first down, but it was 2nd and 10. You gotta understand one thing. NFL officiating is horrible. We all know this. NFL officiating is fucking horrible. Like, another good example is, look at the end of that Dallas and New York game that I called. On the final drive, 6 flags on that final drive where Dallas went down and scored a touchdown. 6. That is fucking horrible. And most of them were ticky-tack shit. I'd say maybe half of them were correct. Like, I get when they put the challenge penalties. You gotta understand. For something like that, you are rolling the dice with NFL officials. And it's very rare, unless it's like clear-cut, obvious, gonna be fucking riots if they change the call. If they don't change the call, for them to change a fucking call. Yeah, it was pass interference. It was. But you are rolling the fucking dice of saying that they're going to be correct. The challenge play, it's got to be something that's really going to impact the game a lot. And that wasn't it. It wasn't. Either way, it was still 2nd and 10. We got a first down. I mean, yeah, we got a first down, but I think it was a play that resulted in less than 20 yards. Like, no, dude. No. Not on that play. And that ultimately allowed them to for us to not even get the ball back and for them to run the goddamn clock out. Because the defense was fucking tired from being on the field so goddamn much. Like, that was dumb. That was dumb. Horrible. Fucking pathetic. No. Like, you look at that Gardner Minshew having a bad game, and this, especially the interception, and then that is ultimately what cost us this fucking game. And it's not to take, like I said, me bitching about this game, it's not to take anything away from the Saints. The whole time me and Uptown was talking about this game, the whole time, never once did I say the Saints are a bad team. Even without Drew Brees, they're a good fucking football team. They're one of 3 elite teams in the NFC. I'd put probably them, the 49ers and Packers as those top 3 spots right now. But god damn it, we gotta do better. Like that's the reason I'm not satisfied. Like I said, losing to Carolina and losing to the New Orleans Saints, both good football teams. But here's the problem: we have to beat good teams to compete. We beat two teams that we should have beaten. Okay, but here we had two chances to show what we're really all about, and we fucked up. Granted, yeah, we hung with them. We lost by a single score in both occasions. That's good, but at the same time, these are fucking games you gotta win. Like I drove all the way to fucking North Carolina in Charlotte, sat up in that game with CPG, and when that last pass was incomplete, I damn near got brought to tears in the fucking section. It's like I drove 7 hours just to see my fucking team lose. And granted, the trip was fun. It was cool meeting CPG, but it's like I want to fucking win. I want to win. Moral victories ain't shit. Like we've been in every game but the Chiefs game. Great. But I want to fucking get victories. It's great we beat teams we should have beat. That's good. But tough opponents, you make the playoffs, these are the type of teams you're going to play. And we fucked up on both occasions. And in this game, especially with an offense that, you're not used to seeing play like it did, when we've had great offensive production, this is not what you want to see. This was not the time for Gardner Minshew to look like a rookie. Which, by the way, yes, I still want him to be my starting quarterback. I'm not gonna hang the decision on whether to play Nick Foles when he comes back on one game when every other game Gardner Minshew's played he's been very good. Be fucking real. He's the best rookie quarterback in the league right now. Still. I don't give a shit what anybody says. You talk about Danny Dimes or Kyler Murray, all you fucking want. Gardner Minshew's been the fucking man and has had the best career so far out of all three of those guys. So miss me with that bullshit. But yeah, like I said, it's just frustrating because we showed we can hang with an elite NFC team, and we didn't take advantage of opportunities when we had it. Not good. Not what I want to see. Like, when we play the Texans again, granted we lost that game on a stupid ass coaching decision. That is another game we cannot afford mistakes. Because now people are starting to see why I was so worried about the Texans this year. Out of all the teams we had, or out of all the teams in the division, those were the ones I was worried about the worst. Because they have elite talent. I mean, Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, they're two of the best at their positions. When you have a great quarterback with a great receiver, you're going to fucking win games. And they're doing it. They beat a team that a lot of people thought at the beginning of the season, myself included, was a Super Bowl contender. And of course, the Chiefs picked the two worst games to shit the fucking bed on, losing to the Colts and the Texans in 2 consecutive weeks. So now it's going to be a grind the rest of the year because you got them to worry about. And that London game, that's a must-win game. Like, granted, we can't afford to fuck up Cincy and the New York Jets. We can't afford to fuck those games up. But if we get back to 500 and then we're playing Houston, that's a team we got to split with. Because if it's going to come down to a tiebreaker with them, chances are it's not going to go good. So we gotta get our shit together. We gotta get our shit together. Because some of the shit ain't working. And I hope we make some moves at the trade deadline. Like, I'm gonna have a video about that probably this week too, because I got a lot of I had to do this, and then I got Bengals hate week, and I'm gonna do that. So maybe what we should do. One thing I hope we do, Andrew Norwell, this motherfucker's got to go. I'm sick to death of Andrew Norwell. How are you getting outplayed by Cam Robinson and Will Richardson, who are swapping in and out for each other? It's a fucking waste of money. We're gonna say, we would save $5 million by cutting him next year. Man, save that $5 million and go put it somewhere else. Fuck Andrew Norwell. Give him his little $9 million and tell him to get the fuck out. I'm done with this dude. This shit is ridiculous. He was supposed to be an elite offensive lineman, and he's below average at best. I'm sick of this guy. I'm done, dude. I'm fucking done. We got components to be decent on the offensive line. Brandon Linder's solid. Cam Robinson, though he's had some stupid penalties and some questionable games, I think he's not completely healthy from that knee injury. And then Jawan Taylor, who's been as advertised as a second-round pick, both of them are playing decent. And I'd give A.J. Cann and Will Richardson, they're both playing decent. Brandon Linder's solid as usual. One thing that's really fucking up this O-line is Andrew Norwell. And he's making the most fucking money, which is fucking ridiculous. He got to go. He got to go. I hope somebody will get desperate and trade for him. I don't give a fuck if we get a 4th or 5th round pick for him. Bro, he got to go. He got to go. Speaking of got to go, Jalen fucking Ramsey. Was anybody shocked he didn't play? Really? How can I be a distraction this week? Oh, let me practice and then not play. Just so I get people talking about me. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm so sick of this fucking guy. Just looking at him with his stupid ass braids sitting on the sideline, it just made me want to walk. It just made me if he was right in front of me, I'd probably punch him in the fucking face. I'm sick of this asshole. And I don't care if he's a great athlete and would kick my ass after that. I'd get that one good shot in. I literally can't even stand looking at him anymore. The guy just makes me fucking sick. I'm done with him. I caught the end of Eagle Speed's video yesterday talking about what the fuck do you want? If we offered you 2 first-round picks in Jacksonville, or what more do you want, Jacksonville? Eagle Speed, to be honest with you, bro, I wish I fucking knew. I wish I knew. Because they're so desperate to cater and keep this fucking asshole. Better off trading him. At this point, I don't care if he's an elite talent. We are better off cutting our losses and trading him. I don't know what Shad Khan's obsession with him is. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. And it's obvious. 2 first-round picks and Zach Ertz, who's a top 5 tight end. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me. I was even willing to settle on the fucking Ravens trade when they said 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and Hayden Hurst. Fuck, really? Take it! Take it! For a guy who hasn't played since week 3 and has been a fucking cancer and a locker room distraction, why not? And people fail to realize, one guy is not going to build a fucking team. We paid Jalen Ramsey, and let's say we do pay Jalen Ramsey, it's going to be a ridiculous ass contract, and we're not going to be able to afford to sign anybody else. Because we're just going to get out of the Blake Bortles contract. Depending on what happens when we trade Nick Foles, we still got that. Andrew Norwell will save money cutting him. You got Marcel Darius making $20 million next year, which he's probably going to have to restructure or get released and we re-sign him or something. But you're not going to be able to afford anybody else by paying this guy. Yannick Ngakoue, you might lose him after the franchise tag if we pay Jalen Ramsey, and that's my biggest fucking fear is if Jalen Ramsey comes back next year and we're paying Yannick on a franchise tag, and if we do a huge ass deal and then some more shit happens with Jalen Ramsey, we pretty much just lost Yannick Ngakoue for nothing. For nothing. I'm saying. And tight end needs help right now. Because God knows when the fuck Josh Oliver is going to play. James O'Shaughnessy, who was looking like was going to be a decent starter, tore his fucking ACL last week, and he's done for the year, and who knows if he's going to come back the same. And then this past game, who knows how long Jeff Swain's going to be out after Demario Davis killed him. Which on that subject, I know a lot of people are giving Demario Davis shit, but I was pissed when it first happened, but it looked like a bang bang play, and the guy showed remorse. And I don't think Demario Davis is a dirty player, so I'm gonna give him. I'll give him a pass on that. Like I don't think he maliciously fucked Jeff Swain up. But anyway, we got some other dude like 88. I don't even know who the fuck that is, and Ben Koyak, who just got brought back off the fucking street. Like we need tight end help badly. Like I don't like. I said this a couple weeks ago. I'm wondering if like the whole Julius Thomas thing back in the day. Like I'm wondering if that's like scaring people off, scaring us off to like try to go after a good tight end. Like, I mean, I get we fucked it up once, but like the history of us getting tight ends, like whether either signing them or spending first round picks on them, has actually been pretty fucking good. Mercedes Lewis was here forever, was a first round pick. Kyle Brady we got from the Jets back in way back in the day after he was pretty much doomed there because everybody wanted Warren Sapp, and then he came here and was pretty good for us. Like our history at tight end has been pretty fucking good. Like we fucked up once with Julius Thomas. Like I don't understand it, but if we buy at anything, I think tight end needs to be it because I think that'll help Gardner Minshew out a lot. Like we have a good young receiving core, and now they're just. But you gotta have that big guy, that security blanket, right? And we don't have it right now. James O'Shaughnessy was starting to be it, but he got hurt at a bad time. We gotta fix it. And even if it's not with Jalen Ramsey involved, we can get a guy like Zach Ertz or Hayden Hurst. And when Oliver comes back healthy and O'Shaughnessy comes back next year, and we can kind of ease him back. A position that was a weakness for us can be a strength for us if Oliver ends up being good. Right? It just seems like a no-brainer to me. But what the fuck do I know, I guess. Anyway, now we'll look at where we stand in the AFC South. Titans, or not the Titans, the Texans, upset the Chiefs. Colts are a game ahead of us. We're 2 games back from first place. I'm just hoping somehow, one, we got to beat Houston when we play. We have to beat them. Like that's a game we can't afford to drop. But like I say, I'm worried about them. I really am. Colts to some degree too. Like I gotta say, I'll give credit with the Texans. I hope just somehow Bill O'Brien fucks that whole situation up, and we can catch them, especially if we play them and beat them. But win these next 2 games and beat Houston, we're pretty damn close to doing it. So it's not this loss sucks, but still at the same time, even at 2-4, it's not the end of the world. But we got to start beating good teams. And with the Colts, I gotta give credit where it's due. Jacoby Brissett, after being thrust in 2 weeks before the season started because Andrew Luck's bitch ass quit on the team, I give him credit, man. He's held the ship together, and I think really deserves to be a starting quarterback. Just being completely honest. I mean, whether you hate the Colts or not, you got to give that guy credit. He saved that team from somebody who was supposed to be a main cog and just fucking quit on them. He pretty much saved that team from being shit. So I think he deserves credit for that. And their running game's good, their offensive line's good, their defense is stepping up a little bit. Like, they're a problem for sure. Like, that's gonna be a tough game when we play them, and we still gotta play them twice this year. So, gotta be on our shit more than we were this game to beat the Colts for sure. And people laughed in 2017 when I said that Jacoby Brissett was a better quarterback than Marcus Mariota in 2017, and the stats proved it. Well, where are you now? Oh, and speaking of Marcus Mariota, because this whole weekend was just shit. Now, unfortunately, I think the Titans are starting to realize what I've been saying all along, being an honest fan, is true, that Marcus Mariota is pure dog shit and will never be a franchise quarterback. He won't. He sucks. I was hoping I was really praying that Marcus Mariota would get through the year, kind of on a high horse, kind of make the Titans finish it 8-9-9, 8-7, and make them present himself as fool's gold to them, and then get them to pay him, and then they lose a lot of their team. Which still, by the way, Derrick Henry, when your contract is up, my friend, because you're a Jacksonville native and I got love for you, run. Get the fuck out of there. Run. Go to a team that's good. I would say come home, but we got Leonard Fournette, so it's probably not going to happen. I would love that tandem though, but it's probably not going to happen. But yeah. After that game, let me put my hatred aside for the Titans, because I hate them more than any other fucking team on this planet. Any other sports team in general on this planet. Let me put my hatred aside for that team for a second and just talk from the outside looking in. The sooner you realize and face facts, the better off you'll be. You guys are in the same situation we were in with Blake Bortles a couple years ago. You have a quarterback who you spent a high first-round draft pick on that has shown flashes at times, but deep down you know the truth. This guy is not a full-time, full franchise, full quality starting quarterback. He's a backup. He'll win you games. If has to come in for a long period of time, he might mend the ship and be decent if he's got a lot around him. But in all actuality, as far as being a franchise quarterback or being starters in the NFL, he is towards the bottom of the league. Every single quarterback in the AFC South is better than him. Even backups. Nick Foles is better than him. Gardner Minshew's better than him. Jacoby Brissett's better than him. Deshaun Watson's definitely better than him. Andrew Luck, if his bitch ass was playing, he's better than him. You have to understand. It's just not it for you guys. And granted, I want you to pay him. I want you to give him a fucking 10-year, $200 million contract. I want you to fucking keep him there as long as possible. The Jags fan in me wants you to do that. But from an outside perspective, he sucks. You gotta realize it. He sucks. And I hope, and trust me, MJ from Sports Fan, I knew from the beginning this guy was a bust. MJ from Sports Fan Entertainment, another dumbass tweet from him, which he usually tends to do. Oh, I don't care what anybody says. We ruined Marcus Mariota. Bitch, you didn't fucking ruin Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota was not a fucking NFL quarterback. He was a college system quarterback. The only way he might have been an elite starter in the NFL is if he got drafted by, and this is a big maybe, if he got drafted by Philadelphia and was in Chip Kelly's system like he was in Oregon. Let's be fucking real. Marcus Mariota's trash. And really, there's talent on your team, but it's in shambles and it's trash. Like, when you're when you're getting mollywopped by us, and then the only other team on our schedule that we beat shut you out, it's time to face facts. You're pure dog shit. You're not even mediocre anymore. You're pure dog shit and tried to ride the Marcus Mariota train. Well, that motherfucker just officially went off the rails yesterday. So, but the problem is, it's not going to get any better because you probably have no chance of getting Tua Tagovailoa, and because the Dolphins suck and they're not, and I don't think any team's going to out, and even the Bengals too. Like, both of those teams are going to make a run for the number 1 overall pick. So, not going to get Tua. Justin Herbert, Jake Fromm, they're not NFL quarterbacks. Justin Fields might be, but if he's coming out, but and of course I gotta say it because people like Joe Burrow might be average at best, and people will be like, oh, he didn't look average against Florida. Florida's not a fucking NFL defense. And even in recent memory, like, what Florida player on defense goes to the NFL and is a good starter? Besides maybe Dante Fowler for the Rams. Tell me that shit. I'll wait. Not all fucking day. Oh, my phone's over there. I can't check. Oh, there's a clock right there. That's what I thought. So I don't want to hear he played. I don't see it for Joe Burrow. So honestly, your best bet is maybe keep Tannehill's bitch ass one more year just so you have a halfway decent quarterback that doesn't look fucking embarrassing. Maybe try tanking for Trevor Lawrence. I hope to God that doesn't happen, but you're just not. But yeah, you're just not. It's not gonna work with Mariota. I'm just telling you from an honest perspective. It's not gonna fucking work with Mariota. And if you want to make the same mistake we did by paying him like we did with Bortles, by all means, please fucking do it. Nothing would make me happier than for an update to hit my phone. Titans extend Mariota. Nothing would make me happier, honestly. But you want the truth, you want the honest opinion. You guys gotta fucking move on, or you're never gonna be shit again. As long as Marcus Mariota is the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, you will not win a fucking division title. You're lucky you even made the playoffs one year. And that was just because the rest of the AFC, besides like the Patriots, us, the Steelers, and what the fuck else? Who else even made the playoffs that year? Oh, the Chiefs. But you were lucky that pretty much the wild card picture for the AFC was trash and you made it. That's really the only reason you were there. So, but anyway, enough about them. Basically, it's crunch time this week. We can't afford to fuck these two upcoming games up with the Bengals and the Jets. I know the Jets look like a different team with Sam Darnold. I mean, they just beat the fucking Cowboys. But they're a team we can beat, and they're a team we should beat. Same thing with the Bengals. The Bengals are openly punting the fucking season. It's obvious. I hope Tyler Boyd gets traded before the deadline because actually gets traded before this game because the only two players I'm remotely worried about on the Bengals is Tyler Boyd and Joe Mixon. Other than that, the Bengals are fucking garbage, and we should kill them. That's it. This is a fucking 35-minute video, so I gotta stop here. I'll have that trade deadline video coming up, and then I will have the Bengals hate week later this week. But let's go Jags. Let's fucking do better, and Time to get our shit together and let's start being fucking serious. We got to beat some good teams.